This video is about writing the equations of a parabola. For number 7, we are given graph. We need to write the equation for parabola. From the graph, we can figure out the vertex. That will be 0, 0. The distance between focus and the vertex, that's P, equals 2. Since this parabola open to the left, therefore A equals -1 over 4P equals -1 over 8. This is a horizontal parabola, therefore we got to use x equals a y minus k squared plus h. We already know hk and also we already got the a. Therefore, I can write down the equation x equals -1 over 8y squared. For number 8, from graph, we got the 0, 0 for vertex. The distance between vertex and the directrix, that's P, equals 1. So A equals, open up means positive 1 over 4P. So equals 1 over 4. This is a vertical parabola. Therefore, the vertex form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Then I plug in, got the y equals 1 over 4 x squared. For number 12, we need to write the equation of a parabola according to the given information. We know vertex, that means hk. We are given focus. Let's sketch these 2 points for the coordinate plane. So we got the -5, 4. It's over here. For the focus, we got -5, 0. It's here. We can predict the graph like this. Because your focus always inside the curve, the distance between focus and a vertex, that's P, equals 4. You can get the P equals 4 minus 0. Because your x coordinate is the same, I can get the y coordinate subtract. Then to absolute value, we got the 4. Therefore, we got the A equals. Look at the graph, open down. Therefore, it's -1 over 4P equals -1 over 16. Since the parabola open down, therefore, it's y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Therefore, we plug in y equals a here is -1 over 16. H is -5, so x plus 5 squared. K is 4, so plus 4. This will be the equation of this parabola. For number 13, we are given vertex. That means we already know hk. We are given directrix. Therefore, let's sketch the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For vertex, that's 7, 2. Yeah, it's here. Directrix, x equals 11. You can predict the graph like this. the distance between vertex and directrix, that's 11 minus 7 equals 4. That will be P. Since the graph open to the left, so A is negative 1 over 4P equals negative 1 over 16. Then we can write down the equation. Standard form will be x equals a y minus k squared plus h. Therefore, we got x equals a, that's negative 1 over 16, y minus 2 squared plus 7. This will be the equation of this parabola. For number 16, we are given focus and a directrix. Still, you need to sketch the graph. We got negative 3, 5. That's over here. Directrix, that's x equals 3, 1, 2, 3. We know the vertex will be the midpoint between focus and a directrix. Therefore, we got this point that will be 3, 5. You will get h equals negative 3 plus 3 over 2, that's 0. K, definitely that's 5 because both 5 here. Then find the 0, 5 will be the vertex HK. It's here. This is a focus. Therefore, the graph like this. We need to find the P. The P equals half of the distance between focus and the directrix. That's a 3 minus negative 3 over 2 equals 3. Or you can get from here, this distance, that's a 3. This will be P. Since this parabola opens to the left, so A will be negative 1 over 4P equals negative 1 over 12. The standard form for this parabola will be x equals a y minus k squared plus h. So we plug in. You will get the x equals negative 1 over 12 y minus 5 squared plus h, that's 0. Now let's go to 17. Focus is for 5, directrix is y equals 3. So we sketch this point on the coordinate plane. We got 4, 5. It's here, that's the focus. Directrix will be y equals negative 3. It's here. Point will be vertex. Therefore, you will get the point for this directrix. This point will be 4, negative 3. According to the given information, we already got the y is negative 3, means the y coordinate negative 3. For your x, you got to use this x coordinate using 4, negative 3. Therefore, we can get the h equals 4 because both is 4. Then your k equals 5 plus negative 3 over 2 equals 1. Therefore, 4, 1 will be hk. You will get over here. Then you can sketch graph like this. Your P will be 4. You can get from here that's P equals 4, this distance. Or you can get the half of the distance from focus to directrix. I do 5 minus -3. Then over 2 equals 4. Then A will be positive 1 over 4p, means 1 over 16. Therefore, the standard form for parabola will be y equals ax minus h squared plus k. So we plug in y equals 1 over 16 x minus 4 squared plus 1. For number 18, we know focus and open to the right and contains this point. We got the points for focus and also this point. We know the graph opens to the right. Therefore, since focus always inside the curve, therefore the graph like this. This will be P. Then the same distance, you will get the directrix. According to the definition, any point on the parabola, the distance, this is D1, will be equals this distance. This will be D2. So D1 equals D2. If we draw a vertical line through this focus, then we know this part is 2p. This distance, that will be 20 minus 11 equals 9. In other words, D2, I can write down 9 plus 2p. D1, I can use a distance formula. We label this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So D1 equals square root 20 minus 11 squared plus 16 minus 4 squared. You will get D1 equals 15. Therefore, D2 will be 15. That's 9 plus 2p equals 15. Then we got the p equals 15 minus 9 divided by 2. That's 3. We know this is a 3. Therefore, 11 minus 3, that's 8. Then will be 4. 84 will be vertex. We got the p equals 3 and a equals 1 over 4. P is positive 1 over 12. Therefore, we can write down the equation. That will be x equals a here is 1 over 12. Y minus 4 squared plus 8. This will be the equation to this parabola. Now look at the number 19. Focus is negative 4, 0. Open down contains 4, negative 15. Now let's sketch this graph. Focus is over here and this is the point on the parabola. Since it's open down, and also focus is inside the curve, therefore, you could say, suppose, like this. And the distance between focus and this point. Suppose this one is the directrix, will be equal to the distance to this directrix. So we label, here is D1. This is D2. D1 equals D2. That's the definition. Still, from this F, you will draw the perpendicular line to this directrix. This will be 2p. This distance, that will be 15. So D2 equals 15 plus 2p. According to this distance formula, let's label here is x1, y1, x2, y2. So D1 equals square root 4 minus negative 4 square plus negative 15 minus 0 square. You will get D1 equals 17. Therefore, D2 equals 17. And P equals 1 because you subtract 15 divided by 2, that's P equals 1. Which means this distance, that's P equals 1. We know the focus, that's negative 4, 0. I go up 1, you will get the negative 4, 1. That will be the vertex, HK. So we got the vertex, negative 4, 1. That will be HK. Since this parabola open down, I will do A equals negative 1 over 4p equals negative 1 over 4. I can write down the equation that will be y equals negative 1 over 4 x plus 4 square plus 1. This will be the equation for this parabola.